Okay, I've got the tool in there, which is this. This is a threading tool. This is your threading insert. You can see the shape of the thread here. It's just a holder. Of course, then my lay tool holder. Fits in our tool rest just like everything else. I have what's known as a center gauge. This is not an arrow gauge. This is a center gauge. This is made to set up for threading. And I have a set of three thread wires right here. Now I've already pre-calculated this, and we are going to use 40 thousandths wire on this thread. There will be a chart in your book or in your thread wires that'll help you get through this. So I've already set the tool just like a normal turning tool, boring tool, what have you not. I've set this on center, and now I'm going to come in. Hopefully you can all see this. It's going to be kind of a booger, but the center gauge goes against the edge of your shaft. It runs parallel with the center line. I'll hold it with my right hand. So the tool end sits. You adjust the tool, loosening the tool post up. You set the tool in this groove like such. Now everything's running parallel. This is what this is made for, to make sure that tool, center line of your tool is perpendicular with the center line of the shaft and runs parallel to the OD. Tighten everything down. I've already turned the compound rest to 29 degrees. It's down here, so it'll be 61 here. Compound rest is running this way. We're cutting right-hand threads. I'm running to the idle side of the tool. Compound rest runs parallel to the idle side of the tool. I know I need to get at least 70 thousandths on the compound, so I'm going to back it off. I'm just going to bring it up to 0. I've got way more travel than I need, which is fine. I'm going to set the compound rest to 0. Now we got to come in here, and we're going to set our threads. Lead screw, which sits under here. So first of all, we got to find the pitch, which is 14, and it says here it's C8TY. This here denotes I'm cutting towards the headstock and normal rotation of the right-hand threads. So we got C, C, 8, T, Y. Now we're not going to run at no 500 RPM, so let's kick this down. The reason why is I just can't control it that fast. Let's try 125. That ought to be pretty good. That's a pretty slow thread. You'll notice this dial over here, the chasing dial, is rotating. That's cool. Now I'm going to come up. I'm going to touch until I get a mark. I'm going to set this collar at 0. I'm going to set my digital readout to 0. I'm going to come back to 0, so I'm 0. The reason I have this set at 0 is when I get done cutting the thread, I've got to pull this tool back away from this part. If I don't pull the tool away from the part, it's going, when I bring this tool back to restart, it's going to wipe out everything I did. Now let's look at this thing. We're set up to thread. But we need to also understand what this is doing. This is synchronizing the lead screw with the headstock. If we come through here, all these big numbers are our pitches. You'll notice here that I can use any number from 1 to 8. On an even number thread, I can pick up on any line on the thread dial. Now on an odd number thread, say we're going to cut 13. Notice 1, 3, 5, 7. On American style lathe, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd pick up on any numbered line. There'll be lines that don't have numbers. So I can pick up on any line here, 1 through 8. When in doubt, always use 1. Now let me give a note to this. If you're using it, you notice here inches. This lead screw is in inches. If you're cutting a metric thread on this, and you can cut English metric on this lathe, but if you cut metric, once you engage this half nut, you cannot disengage it. You have to get to the end, stop, bring the tool back, reverse the lathe, never disengaging the half nut lever. So here we go. We're going to watch it. We're going to try to pick up on 1. Now as you get more comfortable with the thread, and you'll learn real quick, even you pick up on any thread. So there's 1. Here we go. Looks like this ain't too fast. Then I disengaged it. Keep your hand on the half nut lever. Don't take your hand off it, because there is nothing stopping this. Now I'm going to bring this out. I'm just going to do a full rotation. I'm going to bring this way back here. I'm going to bring this up to 0. Now it's also a good time to check the pitch. We've got 14 pitch. You notice on your center gauge here you see 14. I'm going to set this down on here, and lo and behold, I don't know if you can see it very clear, the lines correspond with the marks. That's good. That means we've got our gearbox set up right to cut this pitch. So let's get going. Now my compound movement, 0.75 the pitch, my compound movement should be about 53 6/10, 54 thousandths. Let's take 10 and see what happens. We're going to have them break tool. Come back in. Let's take another 10. And we're going to have to slow down here before too long, because it'll get to where it's taking a lot. You'll notice here the chip gets bigger and bigger. Bring your tool out, bring it back to 0. Take another 10, then we'll go to 5s. I'm going to wait till 1 comes around just to keep it consistent. I'm not going to start that far back. You don't have to start clear back here. It'll take forever to get there. Here we go. Notice your threads starting to form. Let's go to 35. I'm going to stop it now because I need to get some oil.